I mean, that's not up for my judgment. I was hoping he would let it go, but of course, he's a ref. It's a big game, and it was a hold, so they called it.
How hard is it?
You feel like you got held on that last play when they threw the flag?
Oh, yes, 100%. My route was to strike in, strike back out. I mean, Bradbury's a good player, but I feel like at some day it's going to be, the call's going to be called.
The Kansas City Chiefs is yours, is our world champions. The Kansas City Chiefs are the world champions at the expense of the Philadelphia Eagles. How sweet is that? I mean, how sweet is that? It was a great game. Great game. Hats off to the Eagles. Hats off to their fan base. They came out the gate. They finished in the Super Bowl. Every fan would like to end the season in the Super Bowl. Win or lose, we want to win, but you want to be in that Super Bowl, and the Eagles made it. To them, unfortunately, they have an L. Still one ring. One ring. Like the Lord of the Rings, one ring. I don't know what to say about that other than Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid. Don't bet against Andy Reid if he has an extra week to prepare for you. Just don't do it. We had Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes been there, done that before. Been there, done that before. Game was tied. Before it was tied, Eagles marched down the field, score 6 points, and then go for 2 and convert. Tied game. Lots of time on the clock. Now, I watched the game with my best friend. I flew down to Florida. He's a Miami Dolphins fan. He likes to try to clown the Dallas Cowboys. Don't laugh. Don't laugh. He's a Dolphins fan who likes to try to make attempts at clowning Cowboy fans and the Dallas Cowboys franchise. A Dolphins fan. A Miami Dolphin fan. So I went to watch the game with him and some other folk and had a really, really, really good time. Terrific time. Lots of good food. And when the Eagles had tied the game up, I noticed there was a lot of time on the clock. A la Tom Brady. He left too much time on the clock. And then there's Andy Reid. Cerebral Andy Reid. This guy know how to run an offense. He know how to make calls. Andy Reid. It was to perfection. To perfection. But here's the deal. What's on the radio right now? What's on the television? What's in the media, the news, the written media, is the call. The call that shouldn't have been made. This is what the Philadelphia Eagles are saying, their fans, and teams, fans of teams who just does not like the Dallas Cowboys. So they was rooting for the Eagles. He had to make the call. As you just saw, James Bradbury admitted of holding. He admitted, the guy who held, he admitted on record, on video of holding. But he was hoping the ref did not make the call. That's cheating. That's not part of the game. The rule says you cannot hold. He said he held. He admitted of cheating, but he was hoping that he would get a pass because of the nature of the game, what time of the game on the clock it was. What? Mind you, imagine the roles are reversed, and it was the Eagles marching down the field. The Chiefs had just tied it up. And the ref does not make their call. What if the ref does not make their call? You're beside yourself. But here's something else to think about. When you are officiating the Super Bowl, it's based on, merit, what you accomplished during the season, officiating games. So they take the best of the best of the best to officiate the Super Bowl. So now you're there and you don't make the call, even though it's legitimate call. It doesn't matter what time of the game it is. It doesn't matter what type of game it is. It's against the rules. But you don't make the call. So now you got to go stand in front of your boss. Again, the game's going to be graded. Your performance of officiating is going to be graded. You're going to be asked, why didn't you make that call? Oh, your answer is because it's the point of the game. It was the Eagles, and we should give them a break. That's not what integrity is. Integrity is doing what you're supposed to do. Standing up to principle, standing up to rule. So, but come on, let's be fair now. Let's be fair. Let's don't put it on this call. It shouldn't have never gotten to a call. You know how the Eagles lost this game? Eagle fans are not going to like this. Eagle fans are not going to like this. It wasn't the call. It was Jalen Hurts. He became Dak Prescott for one play. He became Dak Prescott for one play. He gave the Chiefs 6 points plus 1 extra point, 7 points. He gave the Chiefs 7 points. It was a fumble 6. A fumble 6. I don't care on the next series of the Eagles receiving the ball. They give the ball to Jalen, call a play just for him to run the ball. And he did. He did well. Jalen played almost perfect football. But one play, he became Dak Prescott. One play. That's all it takes in the Super Bowl. Oh, yeah, the Chiefs missed an extra the field goal, 3 points. So that, they had some swing too. That made a difference. But for the most part, that fumble 6, that's all on Jalen. That's not the offensive line. That's all on Jalen Hurts. Yeah, a moment of weakness. We all have them. A moment of weakness. A blunder. Most points in the Super Bowl, in the history of the Super Bowl. 35 points. And get a nail. That's a record. Scored 35 points and get a nail. That's the most ever. You score 35 points, you expect to win the game. Unless the other team gets 36, 37, 38, or whatever. Even the Eagles coach admitted of saying, well, you have to make those calls in a split second. And he can't go either way with it. He know it was a hold. He can't criticize the ref, the official. Hey, it was a good game. It was a good game. As a Cowboy fan, I'm happy that the Eagles did not win. Life is good. You kind of feel bad for the Eagles, the Philadelphia fan base, not the Eagles fan base, the Philadelphia fan base. Why? Why do I say that? They had a professional baseball team go to the World Series and lose. They had a professional football team play in the Super Bowl and lose. Left at the altar twice. Show up at their wedding. Bride never shows. That's what happened. So you can only imagine. Getting ready for parades, for a baseball parade, for a football parade, never happened. It would never happen. Back to back, it would never happen. I don't really have any salt with the Phillies. Good franchise. I think it's a different. slightly different fan base, but the Eagles booed Dak Prescott, Man of the Year. Cheered Michael Irvin when his career ended in Philadelphia. Stood up and cheered, clapped when they bought the stretch out and pulled him out. He was done. Cheered. Do you think I'm going to have any sympathy for Eagle fans? You were supposed to lose the game. You played against Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid. You were supposed to win the game, but it wasn't going to happen. That's what you thought was going to happen. And now you want to place it on a call? No, it shouldn't have gotten to that point. You can thank your quarterback, your franchise quarterback, newly crowned franchise quarterback. What a wonderful season. We had a really good season. Eagles win the division championship, and it keeps going back and forth. I mean, who will win it next year? I mean, Eagles have 2 first-round draft picks. I think the number 10th and 30th draft pick. And I think they don't have the same type of cap money, available cap money as before, but Eagles are in a really good position right now. But I like the fact that they played in the Super Bowl, so they should have a Super Bowl schedule next season. So coming out of the gate, they should have a Super Bowl schedule next season. For my Cowboys, I just don't know. It looks like they're going to not re-sign Zeke, even though if he may have his contract restructured. We just need to get a receiver, a number 2 to go with CeeDee Lamb. We need to go still try to sign Pollard, even though I do not think he's going to be able to at the level of performance because of the type of injury that he sustained. But we need to really get. We can't be vanilla on offense. We need to. Dak has a new offensive coordinator, has a new offensive quarterback coach. So we have a lot of maneuvering to do in the off season right now. But Super Bowl is over with. It's done. It's official. Chiefs are champions. A new dynasty is imminent, being the Kansas City Chiefs at the expense of the Philadelphia Eagles. J-Mac Sports 24/7. I'm J-Mac. Thank you for coming to the channel. I do appreciate it if you give me a like if you watch this video this long, and share the video with a friend, coworker, family member, Cowboy, another Cowboy fan. Share it with a Cowboy hater. And by all means, comment. It shouldn't have never gotten to that, to a call. Jalen Hurts lost this game. It was a fumble 6. That was the difference. That fumble 6. Leave me a comment. Peace.